How's it going today, everyone? This is Sage, and we're back with a new type of video for the channel. So this is going to be the very first of my ban list predictions for the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. This is going to be for the August 2024 ban list. We should be getting it sometime in late August is what we were told. So if you guys enjoy this type of content from me, make sure to leave a comment down below, leave a like on the video, and subscribe if you guys are new. We did just recently hit 200 subscribers, so I wanted to thank you guys so much for the love and support that you guys have been showing. It's been really, really nice to get back into the content creation gang and just kind of get to express myself with, you know, more outreach. It's been pretty cool. Ban list. Flamberge. Get rid of it. Why does this card exist? Why can I put IP in the back row and summon it on my opponent's turn to use IP? It's just dumb. A lot of people are really leaning toward the Flamberge hit. I'm part of that group. I really do feel like this card needs to be gone. Same with Sanctifier. Sanctifier, Puppet Lock. It's such a degenerate playstyle. Branded, I feel, was a lot better prior to the whole Ra's Disciple lock, the Ito lock in OCG Master Duel, the Puppet lock. I feel like it's just so degenerate. Like, yes, I'm a Floodgate player. I really like Runic Stun, but man, why? Why is Puppet Lock the main, you know, why is it the main strategy of your deck when your deck is literally just summon big dragons? It don't make sense to me. Master Duel did take a interesting approach, I guess, to the whole Puppet Lock, Stop Puppet Lock thing. They just straight up banned Gimmick Puppet Nightmare and Ito the Supreme Magical Force. Now, Ito does not work in TCG as far as I know. I think the rulings are different, and Master Duel goes based off of OCG rulings. But Master Duel, you could use Ito, you could use Gimmick Puppet Nightmare. There still are options for locking now in Master Duel, like Ra's Disciple or Ibli, but those can be dealt with. It's not, you know, super awful, I guess. Ra's Disciple, you can just tribute, and then Ibli, you can just link it away. It's not too awful. You just run like Linkaribo to get rid of Ibli. So I'll be interested to see if they ban Sanctifier. They already banned Expulsion, so I feel like Sanctifier just needs to go also. Yes, people can still do give and take to put Nightmare on the opponent's field. Yes, I know. But if it really results to that, I feel like there's a lot better ways to be playing the game than that. And Beatrice, I'm hopeful that they'll ban this, because this does completely stop the whole Gimmick Puppet Lock from existing in Snake Eyes. Because if you guys don't know, so the way you Gimmick Puppet Lock in Snake Eyes is with Fiendsmith Snake Eyes. You get into this, you pitch the Angel of Blue Tears, you pitch Give and Take on the next turn, and you can set Give and Take and then use it the next turn on your opponent's turn, and then you give them or do you pitch Nightmare? I can't remember. It's one or the other. But it's just really degenerate, and I feel like it just has no no reason to being in the game. Limited. I don't have too much for the bans, but I do have a lot for limited and semi-limited, as we'll see coming up. So, Plushfire. This is getting an errata. I don't know if we'll get this unbanned on our list and have like a legality clause, like it will be legal on X date when X product comes out, when they would reprint the errata like they did with Ancient Fairy Dragon with Maze of Memories. So we'll just have to wait and see. And it's the same thing here with Summon Stork. This also received a errata in OCG, but we haven't gotten it in TCG yet, and neither one of these have come off the ban list. So it would be interesting to see. Glow Up Bulb. This has been a talking point here as of late. This is at 3 now in OCG, I believe. And it's still banned here in the TCG. I've picked up personal playset of Secrets, because this card in Secret looks, I feel like it looks a lot better than the ulti, but I don't feel like one Glow Up Bulb is going to do too much. Yes, you could play it in tier. It is a once per duel, but It is a free tuner, so yeah, and it's a mill 1, so it would be a good little buff to Tier, and I would like to see any sort of help for Tier with Kit being gone and the Tier names being limited. MX Saber Invoker is a weird one because we did see this come off the list. What was it, Master Duel and OCG? Or was it just one of them? I can't remember exactly. But we were expecting this limit to come for a while. I really feel like this card can't do a whole ton without, what's her name, Isolde? There was like a degenerate line when it got unbanned in Master Duel, where you could use this, and you could use Machu Mech and Geonator Transverser and 10k Dragon, or Bishbalk and Isolde, and you could like OTK with that, but I feel like this card probably wouldn't be able to do a ton. If I'm wrong, let me know. Meow Meow. When's the last time you've seen anybody attempt to play Prank Kids? Just give them back the cat, man. I can honestly say I didn't play during this format. This was what, like 2020? This was right before I got back into the game. So I don't really know how degen this was. I just know I haven't seen anybody play this on Master Duel since it came back. So I really don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Heavy Storm, this one is very, 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 very likely. We saw OCG put it to 1 on one of their last lists, and we just saw Master Duel put it to 1 with their most recent list. So I really feel like this is coming back to 1 in TCG. It just wouldn't make sense otherwise, I guess, so we'll have to wait and see. Heavy Storm being back would be kind of cool. I do miss seeing this card. Circular! Mathmech. I miss the Mathmech deck, man. And I feel like, yes, Circular is one of the most powerful cards to ever exist with this effects. Yes, it deserves to be banned, but bring back Mathmech for a little bit. What's it gonna hurt, man? I feel like bringing back Mathmech would add a little bit of spice to the format, I guess. Poplar being limited, I really don't even think this should be limited. I think this should be banned. Anything that has this effect, if this card's added to your hand except by drawing it, you special summon it, and then it has an effect on normal or special, and it has an effect in grave, I feel like that's too much for one singular card to do, especially when Bonfire can add it. You can special summon this off of like 1-for-1. I really, really feel like this card deserves to be banned, but I'm gonna put it at 1 for the list here. But personally, I believe Poplar should be banned. This is such a powerful card, and the fact that we're having more cards come out that are Poplar-like effects, where if it's added to your hand except by drawing it, you special summon it, I feel like that's really just a really bad sign of game design, in my opinion. If we have to have so much power creep that, hey, we need to give every archetype a Poplar in order to stay competitive, just get rid of the Poplars. Just stop. You're going too far. Speaking of going too far, banning Kit Kalos. Bring Kit back to 1, please. I really would like to see Tier again. If it's not obvious, I do really enjoy the deck. I feel like Tier pre-Ishizu cards was, like, manageable. People were playing Tier, people were playing Sprites. It was... Pote format was so diverse, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. But Kit coming back to 1, I feel, would be a much-needed buff to, obviously, Tier limits, which I feel like it would need. Tier, man. Water deck. Which one's water? Rhino? I think Rhino Heart's the water. Otherwise, they're all like darks. I just want to see it back. Aromatherapy Jasmine. Now that they gave it a reprint in Terminal Revenge, limit this thing. This this card is so strong for, like, this is a mandatory must-have in the extra deck at sometimes multiple copies for any of the plant decks. I feel like limiting this would help hit some of the consistency. And now that we have, like, Ragnarika engine, we have just so many options that these plant decks can play. I feel like limiting this would be kind of an appropriate response. Electromite. The singular card that makes Pendulums worth even playing, just bring it back. I'm tired of Konami creating these Pendulum decks and not unbanning Electromite, because Valmonica, have you seen a Valmonica player ever? Like, ever put up any sort of results? I feel like just having a single copy of Electromite would help that so much. Same with Valence. Valence was such a good, like, concept of a deck. I love decks with that unique play style. So, like, Plunder, hence why Plunder is one of my favorite decks. And Valence was going to be one of my favorite decks, and then I realized it's just Fossil Dyna Turbo, and I was like, maybe not. But Electromite to 1 would be appropriate, I feel. Wanted going to 1 also, just more consistency hits. I feel like this would be okay too. If we ban Flamberge, limit Wanted, and limit or ban the Poplar, I feel like it's going to be an appropriate hit to the deck. They're not going to hit the Fiendsmith stuff unless they hit Beatrice. Like, they're not going to limit Engraver or anything crazy. Since it just came out, they need to milk money out of it for a year. So I feel like Wanted to 1 would be pretty appropriate. Sengen Summoning too. Like, this is what, a common or super, I can't remember. Just limit this. I think they just limited it in OCG in their last list. So I feel like this would be appropriate also. Skill Drain, it just kind of follows the same trend that we've seen with these continuous trap floodgates being limited or banned in the case of Summon Limit. Gozen, there can be only one. Rivalry, Summon Limit's banned. It only makes sense for Skill Drain to either go to 1 or to be fully banned. I don't want it to happen, but, you know, it's bound to happen in the future. As for the semi-limits I have Kieran. I feel like this can really go to 2 or 3. I don't see Magispectors doing anything with this card being limited. I really can't see them doing anything with it being at 2 or 3 either, so just give them back another Kieran. Dark Grepher coming to 2 would be pretty cool. So Armageddon Knight, I'm pretty sure on our last list went to 2. Am I remembering that correctly? Let me know in the comments. So bringing Dark Grepher to 2 would be kind of neat. Dark Grepher and Armageddon Knight always go hand in hand. We'll talk about Arma Knight later. Tier names, Havnus Merly and Sheeran. Bring them back to 2. I really hope that either this happens with the main deck tiers going to 2, or leave the main deck tiers at 1, but give us a copy of Kit Kalos. I feel like one of these just needs to happen. If both happen, hey, I'd be pretty happy. Tsuchinoko and Jackalope. I don't know why both of these are still limited. We did just get 7 prints of the Jackalope in Rarity Collection 2. Or was it Rarity Collection 1? I think it might have been Rarity Collection 1. I honestly don't know why these are limited. If you guys could provide some insight to that, that would be nice. But I really don't feel like they need to be limited. I feel like they could go to like 2 pretty comfortably. And Called by the Grave going to 2. Now, we have 3 Crossout. We do not have to worry about the Maxi minigame. We have 3 Ash. We have 3 Mulch Army Perulia. We're going to have 3 Mulch Army Fuwo Ross. We're going to need more options, I feel, other than just 1 Called by, 3 Crossout. I feel like 2 Called by would be pretty nice. And then if they do like the whole OCG Master Duel train, I guess they could do 2 Called by, 1 Crossout, like limit the Crossout so you can't cross out your Crossout to cross out their Crossout kind of thing, you know. So 2 Called by, I feel, would be a pretty appropriate. And oh, here, let me actually move my little face real quick. Move us over to there so we can talk about the unlimits. Pankratops. Why is Pank still at 2? Just put it at 3. It's worse Fenrir. If Fenrir gets hit, yeah, I mean, Pank is good. Pank is a really good card. 2600 beat stick that you can just, like, insane. I feel like this going to 3 isn't going to do a ton, though. And I feel like it'd be a good sideboard option for, like, niche decks. Dragon Rulers. All 4 of these are at 1 currently. I really don't see a world in which they do anything, even at 3. So just bring them all back to 3. Just stop with the stair-stepping. Just bring them all back. I feel like there's no reason for these guys to be at 1 or 2. Just bring them back. I feel like they're too power crept in today's format to really do much. But I guess we just have to wait and see. Armageddon Knight. It's at 2, I believe, right now in TCG. Put it to 3. I just want to see... I just want to see what shenanigans people can do with this. It doesn't have, like, a hard once per turn. Hell, it doesn't even have, like, a soft once per turn. So I'd be really curious to see what people can do with that. Now, for these 3 cards, Ancient Fairy, Ib, and Denglong. These have all come back. These are all at 1. You can play these. Are they doing anything at 1? I cannot tell you the last time I saw Denglong. Ib? I have not seen a single Ib. Ancient Fairy? Yeah, you see it once in a while if people need, you know, different field spells. It happens. But I feel like if these aren't doing anything at 1, they're not going to do much at 3 either, so just put them back to 3. Lightning Storm. This one's kind of iffy, I guess. They did just put it to 2 recently, but I really feel like this at 2 is so awkward. But maybe that's just me. This card is really powerful, but it's really only powerful going second. But yeah, I feel like this could go to 3 and not have too much upset in the community. Same with Snatch Steal. Like, Isolde's gone. We don't have to worry about, you know, fishing this out of deck really easily. So I feel like this going to 3 Snatch Steal, I feel like it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world either. This card getting the Quarter Century print and the Secret Rare was really cool. I was really glad to see this get some rarity bumps, because this card is, you know, a long-time fan favorite. And Time Seal. What is this at currently? I think it's at 1. It might be at 1. It might be banned. I can't remember exactly. I know in OCG, I think they just unlimited it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I may be misremembering that. Lots of moving stress and stuff. But Time Seal, I feel like it's past its era. I really feel like there could be shenanigans with this, but I don't think it's going to do anything. I think people are going to value consistency over the gimmick. So that's kind of what we're looking at for my ban list predictions. I feel like some of these could happen. I would, you know, prefer if a lot of these were to happen. I feel like this list will be pretty big, hopefully. So let me know what cards you guys are expecting to either be hit or come off of the list. Let me know via a comment down below. If you guys are new around here, I'd appreciate if you guys hit that subscribe button. And for those of you who stick around to the end, join the YGO Fresh Off the Press Discord server. You guys can find it in the description or via my link tree. Go ahead and join that server for me. And we're going to be doing a giveaway. So we just hit 200 subs here on the YouTube channel recently. And we also hit over 500 members in the YGO Fresh Off the Press Discord community. And once I get done with the moving and get unpacked and everything, I'm going to put together a pretty nice giveaway for you guys. So don't miss out. Go join that Discord, and we'll see you guys around. Take care. Stay safe. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Go drink some water. Stay hydrated. It's really important. We're sipping on some great Powerade today, so we'll see you guys later. Take it easy.